Hi everyone, how's it going? All right, let's go ahead and get started. Hi Sandra, hello Hannah. Let us go ahead and get to our do now. So first question is, what's your favorite restaurant? And that goes in the chat. Second, what do you do with the exponents when you multiply two terms with the same base? And then what do you do with the exponents when you divide two terms with the same base? And we're going to share those out loud. So 3 minutes on the clock. All right, for those of you that just joined, make sure you turn on your video. Actually, everyone turn on your video. And make sure you do the do now question. Come on, friends, put your answers in the chat. It's just, okay, thank you, Ethan. I love yats. Luciana's, I love Luciana's too. Joelle's, unfortunately, I can't participate in Joelle's because I don't eat meat, but I've heard good things. Same, I've never been able to participate in Roots Chris, but I've heard good things. Wait, Karen, you work at Luciana's? I forgot about that.
Girl, I've been working there for over a year.
I know, and you never offer me a discount.
Girl, we barely get discounts ourselves. Do you know how much we get discounts?
No.
We get 35%.
That's really good.
No, it's not.
When we're allowed to come back to school, we're definitely gonna have a Luciana's party, courtesy of Karen.
Maybe just the
if
teacher.
you provide the discount, I'll provide the food.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get started. What do you do with the exponents when you multiply two terms with the same base? What do you have for me, Q?
Don't you add them?
Yep, you add the exponents. Good job. What do you do with the exponents when you divide two terms with the same base? What do you have for me, Hannah?
You subtract them.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, you do. Good job. All right. Before we do good things, I've just been noticing lately that we've been slacking on coming to class on time. So today I want to shout out Hannah and Sandra because they were here on time. Hannah was here even earlier than she was supposed to be. So keep it up, you guys, and the rest of you. I need you to show that same level of timeliness. So make sure that you are on the computer at before 1:55. That doesn't mean that you start finding the Zoom link at 1:55 and then click the Zoom link and do all that stuff just because it makes it harder for us to get through all the material that we need to. Today is not the best example because it's not a lot of material, but a lot of times it's hard for us to get everything done. So make sure that you're here on time. That's the end of my spiel. All right, let's go ahead and do our good things. So today's good things are coming from, let's see. Who haven't I heard from in a while? Let's do Venus, Dion, and Ethan. Venus, what's your good thing?
I got some stuff for my business today.
What's your business?
I sell lashes, like lip scrubs and all the extra stuff, all the extra good stuff.
Cool, exciting. And then how was your move? Didn't you move this weekend?
Yeah, it was good, but it was tiring. Like we moved to 2 to 11 o'clock at night. I was like, I'm tired.
Fair enough, but are you all settled now?
Yeah.
Good. All right, thanks for sharing. Dion, what's your good thing?
We got our first basketball practice in like an hour.
Woo, exciting. Here at North Central?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. And then Ethan, what's your good thing?
Yesterday I started a new drawing.
Ooh, do you can you show us or is it somewhere else?
No, it's right here. I'm gonna have to find it though.
Okay, yeah, let us know when you have it. I want to see it. Awesome. Thanks for ooh, that's really cool. Who is a drawing of?
The top one is Don Corleone
Uh-huh.
from Godfather, and the bottom one is Itachi from Naruto.
Very cool. Awesome. You guys are so talented. My good thing was I had a couple friends that used to live in Indy, but now they kind of live all over the country. But we like had a Zoom reunion and we played Settlers of Catan, which I've never played before, but it was so fun. And I think I now might love online board games. That might be my thing. Who knows? But it was great. It was fun. All right, let's go on and get started. Today, actually, before we get started on the new stuff, are there any questions about the properties of exponents worksheet from Friday that I can go over? No questions? Okay, I do have one announcement. Midterm grades are getting finalized tomorrow, so everything is up to date on Skyward except for tonight's homework assignment, the one that's due today. I won't be putting that in until tomorrow. So if you can go on Skyward and just double check, make sure everything looks good. Send me an email if there are any issues. If you turned in any late assignments, you need to make sure you send me an email as well. I think I got through all of the emails that I've received so far about late assignments, but I'm going to put that on you to check Skyward, make sure everything looks good, because that's getting finalized tomorrow night. Questions on grades? Okay, let's get this party started. Today, we're talking about our favorite thing in the whole entire world. Let's all say it together. Fractions. I know you all said fractions. Everyone loves fractions. Also, a side note, this year for Halloween, I think I'm going to dress up like a fraction because it's the scariest thing. You guys are all laughing, I know. It's just you muted yourself because you're laughing so hard. I get it. All right, let's go ahead and talk about fraction operations. So we're adding, we're subtracting, we're multiplying, and we're dividing. The first one, adding, we find the least common multiple of the bottoms or the denominators. So just like we've done before, you want to find the smallest number that both denominators go into. Then you need to change the numerators accordingly. And then you keep the denominator and just add the numerators and then reduce if you can. So we've got 1/3 plus 1/2. So first question, look at the denominators. They're obviously not the same. You've got a 3 and you've got a 2. So you need to find the least common multiple. So what's the smallest number that both 3 and 2 go into? What's the smallest number that both 3 and 2 go into? What do you think, Ethan?
One more time.
What's the smallest number that both 3 and 2 go into?
6.
6. Exactly. Good job. All right, so now we have to change our denominators to 6. So let's look at the first one, 1/3. What do I need to multiply 3 by to get to 6? What do I need to multiply 3 by to get to 6? What do you think, Sandra?
3 times 2.
3 times 2 will get you there, yep. But remember, if you multiply the denominator by 2, you better multiply the numerator by 2 as well. So 1 times 2 is 2, and then 3 times 2 is 6. So that changes to 2 over 6. Questions on that? All right, the next one, 1 over 2. So what do I need to multiply 2 by to get a denominator of 6? What do I need to multiply 2 by to get to 6? What do you think, Karen?
You said multiply the 2 to get -6.
What can I multiply 2 by to get to positive 6?
3.
Yep. But remember, you can't just multiply the denominator. You also have to multiply the numerator by the same number. So 1 times 3 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. Now we have the same denominator, so you keep the denominator as 6 and then add the numerator. So 2 plus 3 is 5. Lastly, you're going to check and see if you can reduce it any further. So check and see, is there a number that goes into 5 and into 6? And there is no number that goes into both of those. So that is your answer. Questions on adding? All right, same deal for subtracting. You need to have the same denominator. So if you don't have the same denominator, you need to find the least common multiple of the denominators. Then you need to change the fractions accordingly. And then keep the denominator, subtract the numerators, and then reduce. All right, so we've got 3/4 minus 1/8, 3/4 minus 1/8. So first question, if you look at the denominators, what's the smallest number that both 4 and 8 go into? What's the smallest number that 4 and 8 go into? What do you think, Nancy?
Is it 2?
Not what they both can be divided by, but what is the smallest number that can be divided by 4 and be divided by 8?
Um, hmm. Is it 4?
8 can't be, or sorry, 4 can't be divided by 8. They both, it's the smallest number that you can divide by 4 and divide by 8 evenly. Because 4 divided by 8 is not even.
Ugh, I don't know.
All right, let's go to Dion. Dion, can you help Nancy out? What's the smallest number that can be divided by 4 and be divided by 8?
Is it 1?
1 can't be divided by 4. What can both 4 and 8 go into? I'll take a volunteer if you can unmute yourself and tell us what can 4 and 8 go into?
4.
4 won't work.
I said 8.
What'd you say, Q?
8.
8, right? Because 8 divided by 4 is 2. 8 divided by 8 is 1. So that's the smallest number that both 4 and 8 go into. Does that make sense, Dion?
Oh, yeah.
Does that make sense, Nancy?
Yeah, I get it.
All right, so you already have, this fraction has a denominator of 8, so you don't need to worry about that, but you do need to change the denominator from 4 to 8. So what can I multiply 4 by to get to 8? What do you think, Nancy?
2.
2. So if you multiply the denominator by 2, you have to remember to multiply the numerator by 2. So 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 2 is 8. minus 1 over 8. Now that you have the same denominator, keep the denominator and subtract the numerator. So 6 minus 1 is 5, so it's 5 over 8. Double check, make sure that you can't reduce it any further, so there's no number that goes into 5 and into 8, so that's your final answer. Questions on subtracting? So the good news is that those are the hardest ones. After that, multiplying and dividing, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Multiplying is my favorite because all you have to do is multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom, and reduce if you can. So for this problem, it'd be 1 times 3, which is 3, 5 times 4, which is 20, and then just ask yourself, is there a number that goes into 3 and into 20? Unfortunately, there is not. That's your final answer, 3 over 20. Questions on that one? All right, last one, dividing. So almost the same except for an extra step. You have to flip the second fraction and change the division to a multiplication sign, and then you could just multiply top to top, bottom to bottom. In other words, remember we learned keep, change, flip. So we keep the first fraction, 1 over 5. We change the division to a multiplication, and we flip the last fraction, so now it's 4 over 3. Then you just multiply across. So 1 times 4 is 4, 5 times 3 is 15, so it's 4 over 15. And then you can't reduce that any further, so 4 over 15 is your final answer. Any questions about division? Does anyone need to keep this up to copy it down before I change the screen? All right, so today's homework is also going to be on Canvas, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that up for you. So if you go to current lessons on the home page, or if you go to modules, you'll get to your notes and homework page. So if we scroll down to the bottom, for August 31st, you've got fractions operations homework worksheet. So you need to download the worksheet, then you can do the problems on the worksheet itself if you have a printer, or you can just do it on a separate piece of paper. There are 2 pages to the worksheet, so make sure you do both pages. The front is adding and subtracting. The back is multiplying and dividing. And then once you're finished, just take a picture of your completed work and upload it to submit it. Are there any questions about homework and how to find it? Okay, so your homework for tonight, you've got Fridays still floating around. It's the properties of exponents worksheet, so that'll be due tonight at 11:59 p.m. And then you have the new fractions operations worksheet due tomorrow. Both of those are on Canvas. Any questions about homework? All right, I'm going to stick around till 2:40, so if you want to do your homework with me, feel free to stay on the Zoom. I'll be here. If not, I will see you tomorrow.